Hey everyone, Coach Investor back to our earnings video for today. So finally, I got the time to go and cover Mercadolibre, one of the best companies in my opinion around. So let's dive right into this. Currently, at the time of making this video, Mercadolibre, the price per share is $1,361. Market cap of just under $69 billion with a forward PE of 44.3 times. Year to date, the stock is up 60.8%. But here's the funny thing. Despite the stock being up 60% year to date, at the start of this year, the forward PE was 54.4 times. Currently, we're at 44.3 times. So the stock has gone up, yet forward PE has come down. If we look at EV to EBITDA, price to sales is the only one that is usually the case with a lot of growth stocks recently. Price to sales is the more expensive metric here, but EV to EBITDA, for example, is much cheaper than at the start of the year. And so is price to free cash flow, even though that's one that is at last 12 months and not next 12 months. Then if we look at the trend for this company in the last 5 years, the trend is going up and up and up in a more profitable way as well. Free cash flow in the last 12 months, I mean, it has been doing extremely well. Return on equity continues to increase, gross profit margin as well, and so does return on capital. And this is why I keep saying this again and again. Mercadolibre is one of the best companies around. Incredible management, incredible execution. Yes, you might say, yeah, but the price of the stock, it's too expensive to buy one share just for $1,360. I understand. No, I previously thought that there would be a stock split, but then after speaking with some people in the investors relations, no, I don't think there is going to be a stock split anytime soon. And I'll show you one last thing before jumping into the key numbers here, and that's this picture. So e-commerce ranking in Brazil, you can see here, this is the traffic. So Mercadolibre is number 1, 16.7%. Number 2 is Amazon, then 3 is Magalu. And then if you want, you can see here Shopee at number 5, AliExpress number 6. So Mercadolibre, very popular in Brazil. Now, before I continue, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, would really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the links down in the description or in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor and make sure to check out all the other links as well. Thank you very much. So, the major highlights here. GMV increased 59% on FX neutral basis year over year to $11.4 billion. Items sold is up 26% year over year. Then looking at net revenue that reached $3.8 billion, that's up 69% year over year. That is on FX neutral basis. If you want to know the growth rates in USD, that's 39.8%, still very good. Then with regards to TPV, that's up 121% year over year on an FX neutral basis, reaching $47.3 billion. TPV off market, $35.3 billion, that's up 145% on an FX neutral basis year over year. As for the credit portfolio, $3.4 billion, up 23% year over year. They have 37.4% net interest margins after losses, and they also said that NPL is improving, particularly in Brazil. As for income from operations, 18.2% margin, reaching $685 million. This also means that income from operation doubled year over year for the 4th consecutive quarter. Margins are obviously expanding, and Brazil is the largest contributor to profit growth. So if we look at the marketplace highlights, first of all, they have reached 50 million unique buyers, and in the same quarter, GMV and items sold accelerated in all 3 main geographies. As for the logistics, the fulfillment penetration reaches a new record of 48% of shipment, growing in all geographies. As for Mercado Pago, well, growth is accelerating here across the board. Oh, and by the way, with regards to revenue, so Mexico was strong with revenue growth of over 60% year over year, and Brazil was up 40%. As for fintech take rate, we are now at 3.45%, a bit lower than last quarter and a bit lower than the same quarter last year. They say here fintech revenue growth remained high, but slowed as it lapped the 2022 peak of credit growth. And so, as I said before, margin expanding. We can see here gross profit margin up 295 basis points year over year. Income from operation margins is up 724 basis points year over year. And the same can be said here for net income margin. We're now at 9.5%. That's an increase of 489 basis points. Now, I do want to touch on a couple of things that were mentioned during the earnings call with regards to advertising. So ads continues to grow well. We grew above 70% in revenue this quarter for the 6th consecutive quarter with no major changes in strategy. We had a quarter with 1.7% penetration of ads as a percentage of GMV, but I think it's worth highlighting the case of Argentina. So structurally, given market dynamics, Argentina has a lower penetration. It's worth saying that if you were to take out Argentina of the equation, penetration advertising in our GMV would be roughly close to 2%. We know that advertising adds a lot to profitability of one's business. And by the way, another thing that will add to profitability, to the stickiness of the business, is the fact that they launched their own version of Walmart Plus, Prime, the Costco membership. They launched Meli Plus, which is basically their own Prime subscription program. They're seeing some positive momentum there. They're not going to give us numbers just yet because it's still early days, but hey, early days results are pretty positive. And so if we look at the graph right now, we have been making higher lows for quite a while, actually since July 2022. But it does seem that we have reached another resistance point at around $1,400. Now, remains to be seen what we're going to do next. The 20 and the 50-day moving average are just under $1,300. The 200-day moving average sits at $1,220 currently. RSI sits at 56, 57, so nothing to really be scared about that right now. It obviously had a good reaction after it reported earnings. As you can see, we rebounded from that trend line right here at around $1,340 or so, all the way up to $1,400. I mean, just before they reported earnings, actually, I believe the numbers were leaked a bit early. So you saw at the end of the day, the stock already go up 5%. And then when the numbers got released, it got even higher. So you see that big green candle there. But right now, yes, we got another rejection here, the same one we've gotten back in September at around $1,400. But overall, focus on the business. That's what I've been saying for a longer time. Focus on the business because the business is doing extremely well. Market cap still under $70 billion for this type of company that just becomes bigger and bigger and more profitable as well. The future is bright with this one. How big can this become? I think it can become extremely, extremely big. No, I don't think they're going to go outside of the Latin American market, in my opinion. But hey, things can change in the future. Overall, that will be it for this video. Do share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.